Hi, welcome to my channel. I want to remind us today to be careful with consuming too much of other people's creative expression. The reason why I say this is because I've noticed something, particularly for me. I noticed that sometimes I get messages that other people also get. I had a message literally that I wrote down, and then I watched one of my favorite creators. She literally had the same message. I've seen this happen a lot of times, and I realized I'm like, first of all, many of us are called. Yes, not everybody answers, but many of us are called to the same things. It doesn't mean that, we can't all show up. I personally believe that if we're all called, God is abundant enough to take care of all of us and provide for all of us. However many that we are that are called to the same industry, to the same stage, we can all succeed. So I don't worry about like other people being similar to me, but I do care about being unique, being authentic. We can all have similar, we can all be in the similar space, but it doesn't mean we're going to show up the same way and deliver the same message the same way. But one thing I've noticed is that when you're watching too much of other people who might be similar to you, it can affect how you view yourself and how you view your own work. Sometimes it can get to a point to where you feel like yours is not good enough, or that you need to change yours either to match what you've been seeing out there, or you need to change it because because you feel insecure now. You're doubtful about what you have also been called to do. And to avoid this, it's better to for us to make sure that we're not consuming too much of other people's creations out there, whether it be online or in any way, shape, or form. While you're watching other people live their life, live their dreams, take up their space in the stage, in the industry that you're all being called to, you're spending too much time that you could have spent also taking up your space. Think of it this way: there's a stage, right? And the people that you admire or that inspire you in your industry of interest, or that you are gifted in, they're already taking up their place in that stage. There's a space there in that stage that is also for you, but you have to get up there. You need to get off from the audience seat and get up in that stage and do your part. So if you are a light, let's say another person that you admire or you're inspired by in the same industry is also another light. If both of you are in the same spot, in the same spotlight, exactly in the same spot, then you can't tell who's who, whose light is what. But if each one of you is standing in your own spot, then you can see there, it's easier to see them, it's easier to see you. And many people are going to be called for the same gifts and talents that you may have, but it doesn't mean that everybody's going to show up the same. If you just wrote down a topic and gave it to a bunch of people, the same topic, and say just act it out, people are going to come up with many different things, many different ways to interpret that very same topic. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Show up exactly the way you want to show up, and trust that God is a source of infinite bounty. You're always going to be provided for. Trust, have faith in you, have faith in God, or whatever you might believe in, whatever helps you, as long as it's healthy, and things will work out.